Leetcode 1474, delete n nodes after m nodes of a linked list. You are given the head of a linked list and m and n which are integers. So start with the head and then keep the first m nodes and then remove the next n nodes. And then keep doing this until you reach the end of the list. Okay, return head of modified list after removing the mentioned nodes. Okay, let's take a look at the example. N equals to 2, n equals to 3. And then, okay, so traverse and remove along the way. And then time complexity will be O of n, where n is the number of nodes in the linked list, and then space will be constant, so we'll keep two variables. Yeah, so one variable to keep track of how many nodes currently traversed, and then another variable to keep track of number of removed nodes. Okay, let's take a look at the other example. M equals to 1, n equals to 3. Okay, so let's take a look at the bounds. Number of nodes in the list is in the range 1 and 10 to the power 4. It's 1000. So list. Okay, so each case would be this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so okay, so um, so so m and n are at least one. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's create a dummy node. The value, let's set it as -1. We should not be in the range of the node vals. And then the next node will be hit. Okay, so previous and current, we set previous to be, we have a previous pointer so that we can easily delete nodes if we need to. So let's see. Okay. Five. So let's set dummy to previous. And then, let's set previous to dummy and current to head. So we also have traverse and remove, both at 0 initially. So let's see. So while current, so this allows us to keep going to the end of the list. So um traverse plus equals to 1. And then uh, we need to start removing if traverse equals to m, and we need to stop removing when we remove. Okay. So let's see, traverse plus equals to 1. So traverse, if traverse equals to m, means start removing. So, so how will we start removing? We first keep track of the temporary. Let's illustrate this with a simple example. Previous and current. Then this is temporary. So current dot next is none. And then previous is previous dot next. Previous dot next equals to 10. And current equals to previous dot next. Okay, then remove plus 1. Okay, and then if remove equals to n, means that reset removed, and then let's see. So if traverse is m, means you have traversed 2 nodes. Then so initially traverse 0. Nodes 2. So traverse should be at the start, I guess. Then if traverse equals to m, if remove equals to n, set remove to 0 and traverse to 0. So mm, okay, let's see. So let's use the example. So dummy is previous, and then this is current. So when it's like current, traverse equals to 0, equals to n equals to 3. Okay. So there's first is less than m, second is equal to m. So if traverse is less than m, Then just set previous. Okay, so just times m traverse equals to m. Then start removing. Okay, then if remove is less than n, remove is less than n, then remove less than n will fall here. And then let's say remove equals to n. Set both remove and traverse to 0. And then and oh, still need to advance. So let's see. Anything to do this? Let's run through an example to make sure that we have the correct. Okay, so previous and current. So traverse and remove both 0 at first. So while current traverse plus equals to 1, traverse less than m, then you just advance. So previous, and then yeah. So previous. Okay. So then traverse is 1. Then now traverse becomes 2. So traverse becomes 2. Still advance. Then now traverse becomes to 3. So yeah, so it should be less than equals to m, and then more than m. So at this point, 3 more than 2. So we have a 10 variable which is current dot next, and then we set current dot next to none. Previous dot next equals to 10. So then set current to here. Then remove this one. And then now we're here. Previous. Mm. So this is not really correct. So let's should do it here. And once the traverse only traverse 1 plus equals to 1. So traverse is more than n. Then remove. So same thing. And then so it's 2 now. Then it's 3. So now remove has become 3. But the code seems to be wrong because let's say we have traversed more than m. We're going to this. So let's say traverse is more than m, and remove is equal to n. Then we set both and then just add once. Trial should be 1. Mm, mm, so, okay, and then when you go here, see when you get here, so remove. When you come here, remove will be equals to m. I mean, remove will be equals to 3. remove the 0 and travels to 1. Let's see if I found one. Okay. Mm, Let's see with our example. So traverse is less than equal to 1. Okay, so okay. Okay, let's go through another example. Okay, so n equals to 1, n equals to 3, traverse equals to 0, remove. So traverse 0 less than so m is the pointers. And then update traverse to 1. So the next iteration, traverse is no, in traverse should be equal to m. And then if remove is less than n, we'll start removing. So we'll start setting this, then 1, then delete, plus 1 again, delete. So now it's 3. Zero travels to 1 and then 6. traverse is 1, then current 6, then just remove, remove. Now should be 3 already. So at this state, you set remove to 0. Remove, set to 1, and then update. Then you just traverse equals less than, then just keep removing. So okay, seems like it's correct. Let's do a final check of the code before I submit. Okay, seems like it's correct. Let me submit and see if it passes. All right, okay.